Hello, welcome to the podcast. I'm Fallen.
Holy fuck, we went off. Okay.
I'm Lid.
I love how the second line of dialogue in the podcast is Dias saying "Holy fuck." I'm Supreme.
I mean, we were just talking about characters saying fuck, so I just felt like it was necessary.
That is true. Dias, tell them who you are.
I'm Dias. Hello.
And today we have a guest on our podcast. Ethanol, please introduce yourself.
Hi, hello, I'm Ethanol, like cheese.
You also like fan fiction, I've heard.
Oh yeah, I write as well.
What do you write, Ethanol?
Darn, I almost forgot. Words.
Have you written anything recently?
Words, you just said.
I mean, besides stuff for the event. I know you've done a lot for the Eye of Haven event.
Oh yeah, I do this like yeah, I have
Yeah,
actually.
you've been burning out
Oh, shit.
ficlets for that, not even for the event, but just in general.
I mean, they don't really take
Yeah,
a lot of
I
time,
remember
just-
like so Ethanol is a mod on the server, and like not gonna lie, at least like 80% of the reason why was when he first joined, he kept producing like super like amazing quality like ficlets, like on the daily. It was kind of insane. Like you would legit like go to sleep for the night, you'd wake up and there'd be like a new one, and you'd be like, oh shit, it was
Oh
good.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. We had a behind-the-scenes chat where we're like, so we need a nighttime mod. This dude's like super dedicated to our server. We should just mod him.
It makes sense. No, I think he asked. I think right? Didn't you ask?
Yeah, like you.
Maybe?
If I remember right.
I know Moon asked once.
I don't know if like we brought up that we needed nighttime mods or if he mentioned it first, but like the things just sort of clicked well, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we had a guy who was like he was stuck for like a few hours because all of y'all were asleep, and then we just kept talking with him, and then it's like, guys, sure would be nice if y'all had another guy for this hour. Winks with both eyes.
Con on wink. We all introduced ourselves, right? I think we didn't miss anybody.
I think.
Well, hey, well, Supreme, what have you been writing this week?
I kind of was.
We'll go with this line of topic. Why not?
That's a good place to start. Yeah, I've kind of been off the writing game for a little while. I was like really busy last week, but I finally
Same.
I finally picked back up. I wrote I think I wrote like 3K words for Streamer Luck in like an hour last
Oh,
night.
dude, no spoilers. What the
Oh
hell?
no, I'm not giving spoilers away. Don't you worry. I never give spoilers.
You
But I wrote like
spoiled the story.
God, yeah, it's really long though. So that's my current project. Anyways, how about you?
I've done jack shit.
You're like a
I said
Bandori
the word
writer
wrong,
now,
but
right?
you understood what it. Dude, I was like, I've written so many like half fics for Bandori, and it's like I feel bad because I'm in another server with Bandori writers, and like I never post for them.
Aw.
But yeah, I haven't like written anything. I got a job now. I get to be an adult, but it also means I have no energy to do anything ever.
Awful.
So
Yep.
it's a trade-off. Actually, Lid, how's it been since you've put out your like gigantic horror murder fic?
It's been
Yeah, what's the reception on that been like?
strangely enough, the only comments that I've seen are actually just like really positive, which is like weird to me. I didn't expect that. I thought it'd be like, God, this is like really awful. But no, it's actually like, oh, this is interestingly written. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
At the very least, it's very unique for our fandom, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. See a lot of interactions on it on Twitter also.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about it at that point of time. So I think it was kind of a success, I guess.
It's good to see that people are
You dropped that all in one day as well, like
Yeah.
11 chapters, I think.
9 chapters. 9. Yeah. It's like 45K.
9, 11, same thing.
It's not.
I didn't read it anyway, so
Yeah.
that is wild. Yeah, that's on my to read list right now.
Yeah, long, painful.
that's a lie. I read one chapter, and I think I said, like, I left a comment like, oh, I hate you, or something like
I was
that.
like so sad. And I was like, yeah, you're not going to finish it.
Aw.
I didn't even finish the chapter. I read like a little bit of the chapter, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, it's definitely a specific genre for a specific type of people, right? Like, I know I'm super excited to finally read it. I think I'm going to read it probably tomorrow because I have a lot of free time.
But you haven't even read
Because
it?
I haven't read it yet because I've been super, super busy. But, like, I really used to read a lot of horror fan fiction back when I was, like, super, super young. So it'll be nice to kind of get back into that genre.
I know I gave a long review about it to Lee.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Fallen like a 10K comment.
Yeah, longest comment I ever
Okay,
got.
sorry, but like,
How
did
about
you
you,
write anything,
Ethanol?
Colin?
Oh, I haven't.
Wait, we overlapped each other.
Well, Ethanol answered.
Oh, did he?
He was
Wait,
trying
did
to
you?
answer.
Wait, what did I answer? Sorry.
Oh fuck!
Confusion.
Did you write anything this week? I swear you answered.
Am I working on something? I'm not really sure.
This
I
is
sort of
Among
just-
Us all over
I sort
again.
of just opened the channel and I go, because I usually write on Discord because like there's channels, and the dark mode helps my eyes.
Yep.
I just open it and I go,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna work on this, and I close it. So
Oh, nice.
Relatable.
Big brain.
Wait, do you have like a channel for each like fic? What?
I think he's talking about the Discord channels, Dias.
like I have a little thing, and I have like a little gremlin person that watches me as I do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that like a Nesso or?
No, like an actual person. Like there's two of us in a Discord.
Oh, you have like a private
Dang.
Discord that you write in. Oh, I see.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Because like if I just tell myself that yeah, I'm gonna work on this, and then I don't, there's really no repercussion, but I have someone to yell at me. It's like you said you're gonna do it. It's like alright, I see
Yeah.
it, man.
They keep you motivated.
Yeah. Or they just threaten.
And then, and Fallen just finished his super duper long fic.
Yeah, this way.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
immensely.
I'm glad I got to edit for that as well.
What were you saying, Dias?
How's the reception on that been on the ending?
I guess it was kind of good because only like 2 people commented on it, so I can't really say that much. But yeah, someone just gave me a damn long comment, and I kind of liked it, so I think it was okay. I guess.
That's good.
I don't know. I'm not.
Hey, 2 comments is better than no comments.
Have you gotten like a ton of views on that or anything?
Yeah, I didn't expect that though. I didn't really expect that. Within like 3 months, I got quite a lot. It wasn't what I originally thought that I would get. Thought I would get only like what 500, 600 plus, because that's what I see the rest got. I didn't know I'll get like 1,700, and yeah.
Nice.
But
Good shit, dude.
yeah, but the comments surrounding around it was a bit too toxic. So yeah,
Fucking guest commenters, dude. I swear.
yeah, I don't know why. I mean, 2 people who say that I'm pretty homophobic. I mean, if you read the story, you have seen that there's Nico Maki. So yeah, you can shut your ass up.
Yeah, that was wild.
I mean, I feel like if you posted that on like Wattpad or something, no one would really care. It's just this one dude who was salty.
Yeah, I posted it
Yeah.
on Wattpad. Nobody literally cared.
That's basically what I said too. I'm like, it's probably just one salty Love Live fan who just comments on all your stuff just because he's big mad.
I don't know, and that affected me quite big. So yeah, but I think I'm just gonna stick to user comments right now.
That's probably the best way to do it, honestly. Anyways, Fallen, what's the first question that you have on doc for us today?
All right, so user asked 4 questions. So I'm gonna ask the first question. What fic ideas are you planning on working like right now?
Wait, hang on. Are we gonna like mix the questions up, or are we gonna ask them all in order?
We're just gonna ask them.
We can't ask all of these questions in this podcast. It's
we're
gonna be
gonna
like
ask them
7
on-
hours long.
what order we have like on the chat right now here.
Because wait, but we shouldn't ask 4 of users' questions all in the same podcast.
I mean, it's up to us. So yeah.
Like we like user, but that's a lot of questions, right?
Get out of here, man. We don't need you.
We appreciate the
What the
questions, but get fucked.
How dare you try to help us with our podcast?
How dare you? So yeah, what was the first question you said?
What fic ideas are you planning on working on?
Well, we'll start with you, right, Fallen? I guess you asked the question, so.
All right. So I got. Depends on what fandom. Am I supposed to answer all the fandoms, or am I supposed to answer for this fandom? Just this one.
I think like your most recent one you're gonna try start at?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say for this fandom because I assume it's for this fandom. So I got 2 in the works. One is I'm not gonna tell you. It's gonna be a mystery one, so it's gonna be a surprise one. I don't really care. And the second one is gonna be the Aquas one, which I mentioned in the last podcast, the first one. Yeah, the Aquas one. I'm still
Yeah, I
working
think that
on
was
that.
the first podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still working on that Aquas one. Right after I finish a fic that I'm writing right now for a different fandom.
Ooh.
Yeah, what fandom is that, by the way? You mentioned that earlier on to me.
If you know, it's Seinai Hiroi no Sodata Kata or Sekano, How to Raise a Boy and Girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's not Domestic Girlfriend, is it?
No, that's not.
Oh,
Okay.
Stop mixing them up together, god damn it.
So offended that you think that.
domestic Nakanajo. That was a
What's wrong with Domestic Girlfriend,
show, man.
Colin?
The end. Screw it. I hate it.
Okay, so Lee, what are you working on? Your fic ideas.
Right now working on my Yoriko. I just got the rough draft done for the next chapter, so I'll be about halfway done with that. And actually, after that, I have a Yoshiko and Hanamaru planned. So
Ooh.
Yoshiko Hanamaru. Wow.
yeah, different. I know it's very different what I usually write, but I've been thinking about it for a while.
I was gonna say, I would not have pegged you for a Yoshimaru writer. That's for sure.
I really like them. Like ironically enough, actually, when I finished watching Sunshine, they were kind of like one of my two least liked characters, but like now I really like them. They grew on me.
What turned them around for you so much?
I think Hanamaru was one who turned me around first because like she was just like around the time I came in the fandom, that was around the time the voting for like her center song was, and I saw just a lot of cute stuff about her. She was like this great character, why you should vote for her, and I'm like, oh my god, she is really cute. And she was just paired with Yoshiko.
Oh, you mean Horizon?
Yeah.
You mean Horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then I just saw she would paid.
Horizon's really good.
I just saw she would paired with Yoshiko, and I'm like, okay, I can like both of them, I guess.
So like we Yoshiko were just like a bundle.
Yeah, they really are.
I've only ever written one Yohamaru thing, but their dynamic is like super fun to write. So you're gonna have a blast with that.
Yeah, I'm already having fun like thinking of their dialogue.
Hanamaru in general is just like a really generous character in terms of like what you can do with her, because she's got a lot of like depth to her and like a lot of different like aspects to her that the main series doesn't really explore.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So I
character
think it's
to
always
develop there for sure.
I think it's really interesting, like reading some of the fan fictions. A lot of people will like really focus in on the smart aspect of her or something, and that's something that like I really wish the main series did more. If you read like the in-game stories, I think one thing the game does really well is like really push you into the world of these characters, and like have a lot of like really individually like really good character writing. And,
I know I've said this a lot on
Hanamaru.
On
it's really good.
I've said this a lot on Twitter as well. Like if you like read some of the event stories in School Idol Festival, like a lot of them are basically just like mini OVAs with the character writing. It's really awesome actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Ethanol?
I think there's some times where it can get really
Yes, hello.
corny, but
what are you writing?
Ethanol's
King?
like, oh, I want food. Get me out of here.
Alright.
As a Kasumi stan, do you want bread?
I mean, I always want bread.
God, I could go for some.
Are you gonna
right
get
now.
that bread?
Oh, always.
I haven't eaten food in like 6 hours because I've been sitting at my computer this whole time.
Dude, when I'm sitting on my computer, I need food like every 3 hours. How are you alive right now?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna pass out the podcast.
Oh, sweet.
Oh god.
If I go silent for longer than 30 minutes, send help. Or at least mod someone else in my place.
No mod could replace you, Supreme.
Oh.
You're too nice, Dias. You're too nice.
It's pretty gay, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Didn't say no homo.
Gotcha.
Does anyone else need to be asked the question? I was actually...
you, me,
Ethanol.
and Ethanol.
Okay.
So what are you working on now? What fic ideas are you working on now, Ethanol?
Well, I sort of just wait until someone yells in both servers about how they hate this one thing, and I go, I'm gonna spite you. I'm gonna make it.
That is great.
That's sweet.
That's a good motivation.
That's a good motivation, but now the volume of fics that you write scares me a little bit.
But why? I'm such a nice guy.
But if you're writing just out of spite and you write all the time, what does that say about you?
Oh no.
I just exist to spite people. I don't know. But yeah, it's a lot of them is like, oh, I hate this thing. No one does the good job with this thing. I'm like, all right, I see you.
Man, no one does a good job of Dia stepping on me.
Okay, finally right there, Ethanol.
Man, oh man, no one ever does dialute fix. Man, I really wish someone would do that.
I wish
Wink.
Dude, that's
someone.
what, like, no. Unironically, there's like one Diacerafic on AO3.
Really?
We need more Diacera. Yeah.
Mm.
One good one. Sorry.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun proving people wrong.
That's a good mindset, honestly.
It's like the one with Holly where she said like, oh, I don't think people do abuse really well. I'm like, all right, I see you.
Oh god.
Give me a few hours. And then yeah.
Okay, Dias, what are you working on?
Like everything, dude. Okay, so there's a lot of like Bandori fix that I think I've talked a little bit about, but like just in general, like Bandori lends itself super well to like rare pairs because a lot of the official events are kind of rare pairy in nature. They do a good job of like spreading out their characters, so there's like a lot of stories related to Bandori that I want to do. There's one story that I think I've talked about way more than is healthy that for the review Starlight that I want to do featuring Hikari and
Oh yeah,
Karen.
you've mentioned that in the chat before.
Yeah, it's like every like couple of weeks I'll pull up the document with it and I'll like be like, ah, fuck, I hate this, and I'll delete everything and I'll make a new outline, and I'm just like, I don't know, like writing those two, I want them to be girlfriends, but it's not like a like people compare it a lot to Hanukkah and Umi, but like there's not as much like immediate chemistry between them as I feel like there is with Hanukkah and Umi, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
there's more of like a friendship, like right off the bat with Honoka and Umi, and Umi's kind of just like a, oh, you crazy Honoka, or whatever.
with Hikari, I think like in general she's the one I struggle with the most because I don't know really what I'm doing when I'm writing her. Like I feel like I'm always putting her a little bit out of character.
Mm.
So like even though I have like I've run a couple scenarios besides you, mostly smut, but sometimes it's just like even like I tried to write an aquarium date as like an intro, and then I'm like, okay, but would she say this? And like there's a whole damn episode where they go on an aquarium date, and I'm still just like
They
I
gave
don't
you the
know, man.
material.
They gave me material and I still couldn't write it. Well, to be fair, I was trying to like mix in a hand job in there, but
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Yeah, it sounds like the
But,
Dias
like-
I know.
you got to start with the cute stuff, and then you suddenly her hand is up the skirt. You know.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's how I write every Hanamaru fic ever, dude. If it's NSFW.
But yeah, so like that's not going anywhere. That's not getting out anytime soon. So never expect that. Goodbye forever.
Don't worry,
Rip.
Dias. The gears will start turning soon.
The only like Love Live related idea I had was did I mention to you the demon dog?
No.
I have not heard about this.
So I had this idea. I must have talked to Holly about it then. Basically, Ruby gets a dog because she's like, oh, Shitaki's cute. I want a dog. And so her mom gets her a dog, and Yoshiko and Hanamaru come by and they see the dog, and the dog is like black fur. It's got blood red eyes, and it's like kind of scary. And so Yoshiko and Hanamaru are like, oh, I'm not going near that thing. And then Ruby comes out and the dog is like chill, it's placid. And then Ruby will like turn around and suddenly Yoshiko will see like, oh my god, it's actually a demon. Because like it'll have like, I don't know, something magical will happen and it'll be like, Yoshiko will instantly recognize it and she'll be like, Ruby, your dog's a demon. And Ruby's like, no, it's perfectly fine. And she like shows off how tame it is, and she'll like throw a bone or something. She'll make it like sit. And Yoshiko's like, Ruby, it's a demon. And that's as far as I've gotten with the idea. I've written like a little bit of it, but I don't know how much I'll be able to do.
I like the premise, that's for sure.
Yeah, that could be really wholesome.
Yeah, I like the idea that Yoshiko just instantly knows what a demon dog looks like as well. From either experience or just like reading about it and seeing pictures of it.
Yeah,
It's just
she's
like,
got like 10 books on demon dogs.
yeah, she's like, I've accidentally summoned
Probably
one of these
lined up.
before. Trust me, I know what this is.
It'll be fun if I ever write it.
I hope you
One
do.
left.
I haven't. Like I said, I've been kind of on a bit of a hiatus with writing. I kind of haven't really been super swamped with ideas lately, but I think I'm gonna write a lot more smaller scale, like ficlet type stuff to try to just kind of get content out there. And the one I think I'm gonna write either soon or soon-ish, I might even write it tomorrow, honestly, when I have free time, is
Ficlets are really fun. I think some people can get really negative about ficlets just because when you're on AO3 and you're searching for like what's a rare pair, like Rin Maki. Right?
That's
There's
not
a lot
rare
of
pair.
ficlets. It's not really a rare pair, but like Rin Maki has like a lot of like one shot type fics that are in like a Drabble collection of like 200 fics.
Oh,
yeah,
I
and
hate those.
they're lumped with other stuff. Yeah,
I hate that.
yeah.
It's especially bad with like it's especially bad sometimes with like ships that are common but not very popular. Like I think Ruby Maru has this aspect where it's like there's a lot of stories tagged Ruby Maru, but they're always like a background ship, right? It's not like a focus on those two.
Hate it.
Yeah, that's the worst. Or like compilations as well. I know, Lid, I think you've mentioned this even before. You hate when like Eureka's in like a compilation series and not its own fic. And that's the whole tag.
Yeah, it's like they're tagged with like 20 different chips, and I'm like, dude, I just want to read this one. And like when they update it, it will update
Yeah.
it constantly. And so I think it's a new Eureka, and it's like, oh no, we did another one. It's like,
Get scared.
yeah, like,
I've been bamboozled.
damn.
I've been bamboozled.
So definitely like yeah, Drabbles can be really annoying, but I think they're also just like from a writing perspective just like really fun to do and really easy to do.
Well, and there's something to be said too about like posting short stories as well. Like not everything has to be like a 10K one shot smut fic or whatever. But like sometimes even just posting something that's like 4 or 5K can be a nice like little read for someone.
Or you just post like 13 words like what I did in your event supreme.
Yeah, if you're ever like, man, I don't like any of this story, but I like how she sticks the hand up the skirt. You're like, all right, that's Drabble.
Wow.
That's
You keep pushing
something
that
positive.
agenda,
We did
guys.
it.
God.
Yeah, you can like
I'm gonna keep mentioning it until someone other than me writes Hikarin at an aquarium.
you just got to start outsourcing that idea to people, Dias.
This is how I start like just giving away all my money to commissions.
Oh,
Oh dear. That's a dangerous slope, Dice. You don't want to go down
You know
that
how
route.
people are addicted to gacha? I'll be addicted to people writing my ships. I'm sure there's like an actual thing somewhere. Do you think someone's ever like gone into debt? Like, I need more ship content.
I mean, it's not the worst thing to get addicted to. Some people are.
I'm on my 3rd credit card, but I can't stop.
Wow.
I mean, it's not the worst thing. Some people are addicted to cocaine, you know.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. What the hell?
Could be worse.
I mean, some people are addicted to gacha games. Is that better or worse?
It's awful.
I mean,
As someone who is, worse.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's
Oh,
just slightly
no.
more content. Yeah.
Nah, that makes me sound like a whale. I don't spend that much money.
No, he's definitely a whale. Look at him.
Definitely a whale.
Dude,
I just buy
there's,
costumes
like,
when
this,
All Stars releases them, that's all.
Honestly, same here.
Dude, talking about gacha games, there's a wrestling gacha game that someone I know plays. It is so stingy with its like top tier units. It's like actually ridiculous. Like you can legit pay $300 and still like not get a top tier unit. And I was like, that's
Basically
insane.
FGO.
How do you play
That's
free to play?
Dice, you bring us on such weird tangents sometimes.
I think it just goes to show that how there is no quality in wrestling anymore.
Yeah, wrestling sucks. Don't watch it. Watch Love Live.
Watch Love Live Sunshine 14 times.
It's about the
instead.
equivalent. It's the equivalent level of writing, but with more girls.
Less sweaty dudes.
Amazing.
But yeah, so yeah, to loop all the way back to that, I'm probably gonna write. I want to write that Hanamaru Mari small little like date fic at some point of like Mari taking her up in a helicopter and like spoiling her and shit like that.
Yeah, that sounds cute.
Cute.
Very wholesome. I think I mentioned it before. I also want to write at some. I'm gonna try to come up with an idea in the next couple of days about like a Halloween type
Oh my god, it's Halloween.
fic. Yeah, like Halloween soon.
I forgot. I'm Christian. I was like,
What?
I don't
Oh, that's
celebrate
weird.
pagan holidays.
I'm pretty sure Christians celebrate Halloween.
Only the heathens. But yeah, I sort of
Wow.
forgot.
Okay, well, you're gonna hate all of America in 2 weeks.
Oh, don't die already.
Oh, my mistake.
Oh, but yeah, Halloween, it's a thing. Yeah.
It's okay. We ditch Halloween like immediately for Christmas as soon as it's done.
Dude, I already had people caroling out my door. It's October.
Oh yeah, I've seen Christmas cookies in the aisles at my local supermarket as well. I'm just like, why?
Too early.
I just don't like when people play like festive songs way earlier than the festive itself. It's like, in my country they celebrate Chinese New Year, so it's in December. I go into the shop and I hear Chinese New Year music, which is supposed to be celebrated in February, and I'm like, what
Bruh.
the?
Gotta celebrate it early, man.
Yeah, tung.
Someone's just really in the mood.
I'm gonna give it next month, and I'm just gonna hear Mariah Carey in the supermarket.
You don't need next month. You can hear it like right now. I'm pretty sure you go into the shops and you hear that stupid song and you're like, oh god damn it. It's pretty normal, man.
Mm.
Alright, so okay, so for the next question from Ethanol, if I'm not wrong. It's for Lid. With how much the anime steered towards Chika Rico or Chika Yu, how do you see that Yo Rico is your favorite couple?
Yeah, I wanna know, how do you see those two big things and you go, I'm gonna go this way now.
Well, I guess there's a short answer and there's a long answer. Short answer.
Episode 13 or something like that, right?
The last
episode, the
Actually,
last part of the last
No, I watched Sunshine entirely, like, realistically, no pairings. So, like, when that part happened, it actually went over my head. I did not notice it. Like, I was just like, why are you guys doing this? Your school is closing down. Like, I'm crying. You guys should be crying, you know? But, no, actually, when I finished watching Sunshine, I said I didn't like Hanamaru and Yoshiko, but actually the person I didn't like the most was Chika. So, so when
oh my god.
but I knew I liked Yo, so anytime I would look up Yo in like her tag, I would just anytime I saw orange, I just scrolled past it. I was like, I don't care. Like it didn't matter to me. And
And so what? It was Rico just like the next viable option.
It was like
She's like, well, she's
the next-
nearby.
yeah, like well, I saw it paired a lot with Yo when I was in her tag, and I was like, oh well, let me just look a little bit into this, and then like all their fan art, they're just so happy and like having fun together, and I was like, oh shit, I think I like this one.
It's always the fan art.
So if at the time you were looking at that and you just scrolled past Chikaya, and then the next thing was Yo and Yoshiko, would you have gone there?
Probably not, because like I said, when I finished it, I didn't like Yoshiko either, so it's like that wouldn't have happened either.
Oh,
I just had a thing against these people.
Man, you just hated all
I
the girls.
don't know why. It just, which is funny because like my sister watched it and she didn't like a lot of them either. And I'm like, oh, don't be so hateful. But I was too. So I was like, oh, damn, runs in the family. But yeah. And you know, funny enough, the Chica Rico thing, I thought that rare pair.
Does anyone else want to like answer this sort of question or?
Well, I mean, it wasn't directed at anybody else, so it'd be kind of hard. I mean, I guess if you guys have
like,
related stories to that, like, do you have a ship that you're kind of like that with, Dias?
Yeah, Rinmaki.
you heathen.
No, I'm just kidding. I like Rinmaki for like not because I hate like a different ship or a different character or anything. I just like Rinmaki. But like, okay, so, like you were talking about Sunshine, and it sort of reminded me. Have you all watched the new anime that's airing as we're recording this?
Yes.
The Nijigasaki, which I can never like get around my brain. The new anime. It's on episode 3 currently.
I never watched episode 3.
Have you all
just
watched
come
it?
out?
I never watched the recent one.
It came out today, yeah. How much have y'all watched?
I've only seen episode 1 right now.
I've also only seen episode 1, but I've seen so many screenshots. I feel like I don't need to see the other episodes.
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Twitter
at
is always
spoilers
bombarding
either.
with a lot of those screenshots, so I tend to avoid that.
True.
Yeah, I haven't been able to use my Twitter like at all.
I never use Twitter, but I like go out to see what people are saying because I like seeing people get excited. I like being in the hype train and all that. I just haven't taken the time out to actually watch the episodes.
Yeah, same here.
I've watched all of them.
You Aimu though.
How did you like episode 1? No spoilers, no spoilers.
Episode 2 is my favorite.
It would be.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm.
I kind of like
So
what
far,
they're
we've only
doing.
gotten a handful of characters, but we
I-
got the important one for you, huh?
yeah, they gave him the sauce like super early on.
So lucky.
I haven't really like I kind of don't like that they introduced all the characters so fast. That was one of the things I liked about Sunshine is they kind of like introduced the characters like a slow burn over like the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
But I guess
Mhm.
this anime is kind of different because they're prefacing the fact that you pretty much already know who they all are already with all the content that's
I
been
always
released about
thought-
them.
I always thought it was a little weird for the anime to not instantly show everyone, considering you can see in the theme song who's gonna be in it.
Yeah,
I love that.
that's
With
with like Sunshine's intro especially, there's like Mari and Kanan and Daya being all edgy, and you're like, oh well, but they're dancing in the song, so clearly they're gonna join at some point. So kind of a
there's
spoiler.
no point. There's no point hiding. You know who's gonna be there.
Yeah. It's like you guys are all big mad, but you're very happy in the theme song. So which is it?
What the hell?
they don't even end the season really that much better off yet. They end the season and it's like, we're miserable. We hate everything.
Relatable.
Yeah, no, I think the show's gonna be good though, because from what I've seen from the first episode, I really like you and Ayumu's dynamic they have going on. I really want them to hold
I'm
hands by the end
curious
of the
how they're
episode,
going to
season.
do elements of the game story.
Mm.
Like, I assume there's going to be a rival at some point, but will they introduce new characters?
Probably, but I'm just gonna watch it as it goes.
Another interesting thing as well is they have not they had an opportunity to show off Aqua or Muse and they did neither in the first episode.
I don't think they were planning to do that.
It feels
Yeah.
like they're not going to put in Awkwards and Mute, which kind of makes me sad. I really wanted there to be like
Makes me very sad.
like a My Hero Academia moment of like, oh, Muse inspired Awkwards and now Awkwards inspired Nijigasaki, but like it seems very clear with Setsuna what they're doing with her that they want it to be a more
I think
self-centered story.
I think I know why they didn't do that. It's because in All Stars, it was Muse and Aquas who inspired them, not just either one of the groups. It's both. So to
Yeah.
put both into the anime right now, I think that's a bit too a lot for them. And I don't think they're planning to
I don't
even.
think it is.
I don't think they're planning to
I
follow
think you
even.
can pretty reasonably expect that anyone who's coming to this show is coming because
Yeah, but-
of those other
but-
two groups.
But you look at the Muse and Aquas Muse and Aquas anime. They didn't meet each other, and Aquas is inspired by Muse, but they didn't even meet each other at all. So it'd be weird to put both of them as
Well,
inspiration.
no, you're not gonna have them meet, obviously. Like that's what happens in the game story, but obviously All Stars is a different universe, right? It's a whole AU type thing. Yeah, but like I'm sad there was no reference to them inspiring you or any sort of setup regarding their place in the universe or the timeline, right? Like with Aquars, it was very clearly like, oh, they're 4-ish years after Muse, right? Because they're the 5th Love Live, but you know, we don't have any sense of time or relation to the other groups with Niji.
My guess is that it's since this is the spin-off series, you know.
That's true. It was made very clear that they were not planned to be an anime, and this was something of a last minute ordeal.
I might be losing my mind, but I'm pretty sure they've come out and said like straight up that they don't want, like, they're different universes, right? Like, the stories are not going to be the same. The characters will be the same, but the stories
Yeah,
won't.
yeah, they did say that. They did say that they're not really gonna follow Sifas. So
Yeah. I don't know if that's, I don't know where I read that, but I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
I
that
remember I
they've-
heard that before.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think part of what makes, and we talked about this on the podcast, I think in the first episode, part of what makes Aquars' story really special is that they were sort of conflicted about, like, are we actually our own group or are we just another version of Muse? And I think if you were to try and repeat that storyline, it might come out really hollow, right? It's like, oh, we're actually special in our own way.
Mm-hmm.
But then you repeat that story across different generations and different universes, it wouldn't really work, would it?
Yeah, it'd be weird for them to do the same thing twice, basically. They kind of
The
want
same
to take
storyline
yeah.
about being special would never, I think, land well.
But I think they're already doing a good job with what they're doing now, since each one wants to do a different thing. Like they don't really have the same goals or themes.
Do you guys have a favorite from the anime?
Oh, do I?
Okay,
Look at the
Ethanol, we
profile
get it.
picture.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
we
should
get
have
it.
said from the new group. From the new group.
No,
Newest?
you mean the
From Nijigasaki.
oh
Do you
Yeah.
have a
I think of the
favorite?
new.
And we're not talking about them yet. Don't worry.
Yeah, I have nothing on them yet.
We have like a vague description of them. That's
We
it.
have their like intro cards, and like that's it. Like, whatever
Yeah.
you call them.
Don't worry. In 2 years, we'll be talking all about them. But for now, do you
Mhm.
guys have a favorite from Niji?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, spit him out.
I'm not sure, man.
Give me your lunch money, and also tell me about Love Live Girls.
what?
I can't believe Dias is bullying on a podcast. He's gonna punch people through the internet.
Let's go left to right. Fallen.
Shizuko.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would not have.
I
would
don't
not
think
have
I've
guessed
heard
that.
anyone label her their favorite. That's kind of crazy. So
Yeah,
what-
but I don't know.
how
I
much
just
of her have you seen?
Sifas, only all stars basically. Because I mean, her
That's good.
own episode isn't in the anime yet, so I'll wait for that.
Mm.
Mm.
All right, Liz.
Actually, relatable with Fallen. Mine's actually between Shizuku and Rina. I like both of them, but Shizuku just a little bit more.
Ooh. Rina is extremely popular, and it's a little scary.
She's so
Because- or-
cute.
or because she just puts a goddamn mask over her face or something like that.
I love it.
Yeah, that part with her in the first episode was adorable.
Yeah. Oh God.
That was so good. I enjoyed that.
Where
so
they're
much.
just like all just standing there staring at each other, and she's like, "I'm sorry, you frightened
Yeah.
me."
Yeah.
That's great.
How did you feel about the mask situation?
And then not putting a mask on her. Mm,
Yeah.
I honestly kind of like it a
In the
little
anime.
bit, just because like, you get to really see her like monotone, like face and voice. It's like now we know like she's gonna want to try and change this later. So it's like,
It really helps build her character for sure.
yeah. So I'd actually like it.
I bet they did that because they want to kind of build that in the episode that they give her. Kind of build that whole lead up to her mask or whatever and why she wears it in that episode.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see some crazy Rina-chan Bordeaux technology, I'm sure.
In the future.
She's just like,
Well, because like one of her biggest aspects is that she's an inventor, right? And she like invents things.
Yeah.
she's going to be at like a Dead Rising 2 invention bench.
At least with the
fucking-
in-game stories. I don't know. Maybe they'll change that in the anime. We'll see.
Alright, Dias, it goes. Ethanol,
Ethanol.
I thought it's Kasumi, right? It's definitely Kasumi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we know who
Dias.
Ethanol is.
Do you want me to talk about why?
Hey! Let the man speak.
Look, man. Why? Look, she's great, alright? She's great.
Yes.
I feel.
Listen, we gotta leave it at that because otherwise she's gonna like start reading us a novel.
I will run down the whatever time we have left, so let's just move on.
Yeah, Darius, what's your favorite Niji character?
It's kind of weird to say Emma because I don't have like a very strong reason for
Big
why I
mommy
like her
milkers.
the most. I think like of the
You
characters.
can be honest. We understand.
That's right, Darius.
The boobs are a plus, but I also don't
Ah.
like Nozomi at all. So I don't think that's the deciding factor.
The
here.
Nozomi fans are gonna come for you, Dias.
Rip.
Well, I mean, they're too busy. I'm not gonna
Mm.
say it. So I think of the characters in the show, I will say I think my number 2 is Karen, and I think she's. I also say her name wrong all the time, but whatever. Fuck it, Karen. Like, I think she surprised me the most in the All Star story, in terms of like how complicated she would be and how much I would actually like her. I think the first time you see her, she has this effect where you're like, "Oh, I've seen this character before. Like, I know who this is. It's the smug RR girl. She's sexy. She's gonna like be Lokoa and probably prey on some Shota halfway through the story, right? Like you've seen this character a million times. You know what you're getting into with this in anime, right? And then you see like a little bit more depth to her, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. It's not the same character. She's got a little bit of story to her, and like the more that I learned about her, the cute elements to her character, her relationship with Emma in the comics is really, really great. I just generally like her a lot more than I thought I would.
All-Star stories, man.
Nice.
That shit's great content.
Side stories are wild.
Yeah.
It's my favorite, especially in the game.
My favorite's Aimu, and there's 2 reasons for that. The first reason is because I watched the
sorry.
first episode and was like, ah, yes, I've picked the correct character from the start. But the actual reason I started liking her was because I was playing All Stars, and she was the second UR I ever got, and when I finally unlocked the costume for her initial UR, I'm like, okay, this costume is amazing. And then every single card I got after that, the costumes kept getting better and better and better. And so I couldn't decide which one I wanted to have her wear. And I'm just like, I've been staring at this girl for a really long time. I guess she's my favorite.
I guess.
I can understand where you're coming from with that. I feel like Gacha has like a pretty decent impact on like who your favorite
It helps
is.
for sure.
Or at least it gets you more invested in the character. Like if you weren't already invested, you might like find something surprising.
Yeah.
Like, right?
I just have
My-
statistical proof that she's the favorite.
Mathematical proof.
She won.
Have you guys played like a lot of online competitive games like League of Legends or CS:GO or
Not
anything
really.
like that?
Not interested
Nope.
in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't really play them. I kind of watch them, but like mostly only Smash.
Something I find, well, Smash is applicable to this fighting games in general. Something I find is that if you like ever play a character that you're not normally like playing, it can be really easy to like be surprised by them and be like, oh yeah, this is also a good character, equal to, if not better than, the characters I already.
Oh, I
play
see what
with.
you're saying.
Actually, like this is something that also happens in Pokemon, right? Like you grab a Pokemon and then, oh, I guess you're part of my team now, just because they were like in the.
It's like when
party
a
at
new
the time.
Pokemon game comes out,
I don't know.
and
there's,
you're
like,
trying
a
to
lot of
decide what your
different-
favorite Pokemon is, and the first Pokemon you catch is sometimes like the one you just rock with the whole time. But then later on, you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you like
Well, dude, Wooloo,
It's like you're just
Wooloo
growing
is
an
a
attachment
banger.
over time.
yeah, but then sometimes you get later on in the game and you're like, oh man, what's that Pokemon? And you look back and you're like, oh, I could have caught that Pokemon on the second route, and you realize that that's now your new favorite Pokemon. It's kind of like that. That's a great analogy.
The in-game time definitely you spend with a character definitely increases the.
So you're telling me
of
that
them.
my crippling addiction to collecting gotcha costumes is a benefit to my learning of characters, Dias?
No. Yep.
No. It just
Yeah, but
influences
you
how
need
much you
help.
like them. And you know what? I would say a positive mindset is critical to writing good fan fiction. So it's improving your writing.
Oh, definitely.
Actually, if you guys want to talk about like really good stories, you should play Bang Dream
All right,
Girls
I'm
Fan
kicking
Party.
Dias
You
now.
see, Bandori has the best writing of any.
Joke's on him. I'm
Many of
muting
these
all of his
fucking
So much
dialogue.
Bandori.
Dude, Bandori is the best one, so you can't complain.
Bandori is the one with
It's just
Misaki in it,
facts.
right? Okay,
It is.
I love
She's
her the most
adorable.
Is that-
actually.
She has an event right now where two girls came up to her and asked her if she could teach them to knit. She was like yes, and then they go to this like a store to get knitting supplies, and then another girl comes in and she's much better at Misaki at it, and
Oh.
so Misaki's like, "Hey, we're going with you now." It's a really adorable story, and they're like they're going to like some sort of knitting convention, and they're like gonna sell stuff they make.
It's so
And
old
they have
lady
another
like.
girl who's like writing poetry. It's wholesome and cute and adorable and great. It's also not the kind of writing I'm talking about. This is a filler event, but the main stories with Misaki are also just like amazing. Some of the stuff they explore with her is really good.
She's great. I love her so much.
The Bandori girls are very
I think I
cute.
only watched her episode.
She's my number 2. I have number 1 is Kasumi.
Yeah,
and
me
number
too,
2
man.
is Misaki.
Oh, God.
Yeah, number 1 is Kasumi, but it's the Kasumi with good
Oh, so
writing
the one from
behind
Love
her.
Live. Me too, man.
How much of the Bandori stories have you read?
I watched I watched their first season, and I watched up until Misaki's episode actually for the second season, and I gave up. 'Cause I'm like, okay, favorite character, I'm done.
To be honest, that's like the peak of the anime. Is season 2, episode I think 4. It is. That's like easily the best episode in that season. Season 2 in general is not very good.
Yeah, I couldn't stay up to date with it. It wasn't entertaining to me.
Okay, that's bad. I was just
Yeah.
I was just about to say someone convinced me to watch season 2 of that show because I have not had the motivation to do it at all.
Don't bother with the anime. If you already like the girls, it's fine, right? It has that. It's like the Love Live movie. It's like, oh, if you already like the girls, it's just more of the girls. But if you want to like understand why people like these characters, or if you want to get into the show, cannot recommend the game enough. It in similar fashion to the Love Live game, I think the Bandori game does a good job of getting you into the girls and the characters and stuff, and having like really good character interactions. There's like a main lobby section where the girls just like hang out, and like you can click on them and they'll have like a little conversation like, oh, like how'd you do on the test? Oh, I bombed it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
bombed
They
it
have
too,
like little
yay.
dialogues with each other or whatever, right? Yeah, I remember that.
It's really cute, and I think like it really helps like get you into the world and get you like
Yeah.
like I was saying with Hikari, right? Like you get that sense of voice, and you get that sense of like who these girls are and what they do.
It's like a little
great.
it's like a little schoolyard, right? Or whatever.
Yeah,
I remember that part. I played the game briefly. I uninstalled it because of the gotcha. I don't know if I was just really unlucky or what, but it was so bad for me. I never got any of the girls I liked.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Gacha games in a whole. Okay, so we have 2 more questions. One is again for Lid.
Oh Lord.
I think we might end up having only one left question.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this. This is from Supreme for Lid. So
Wait, you
what's
can
your
ask
favorite?
both of Lid's questions on the same podcast? You fool.
My God,
Yeah,
gotta
just
talk so
ask
much.
me.
Here. No,
Should have
no.
asked my question.
Yeah, we shouldn't do 2 of Lid's questions on the same podcast. We'll save that one for the next one. We'll ask this one for you, Fallen. It doesn't say who this one is from.
It's from Saralet in the Discord server.
Oh, Saralet. This is from Saralet, and it's for you, Fallen. And it's what were your favorite lines that you wrote for your most recent Love Live fic, and who is your favorite character and your least favorite character from that same fic?
I don't really have a favorite line. I guess I will just say my favorite chapter is chapter 29. I like that chapter a lot. I pretty
Supreme,
much
get
like
ready
the
for
like
that
writing the
mute
chapter
sound.
a lot.
Holy
if you
shit.
read it, you understand why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess you don't. I was gonna say you could maybe talk about it, but I guess you don't want to spoil that far down in your story. That's like right close to the end.
Yeah, that's like very, very close to the end. So if you want to know why, then just read it, I guess. But
Shameless
I'm gonna
plug.
apologize to Supreme now. I'm like coughing like hell, and I'm hitting the mute a bunch.
Don't worry, buddy. I got you.
alright. So the second part of the question: who is my favorite character and who's my least favorite character? I'll start.
So this is the story with all your OCs in it, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
in every story.
Dude, let's go.
All right, so my favorite character would be Yosuke, my OC basically. I mean, one of the OCs that I created basically. And then the least would be
Are they your favorite because they were your favorite to write, or are they your favorite because of bias?
favorite
Like,
to
do you-
write because they have actually more materials to write, and then
I see.
yeah, because of his dedication to stuff and all that kind of other shit. And the least favorite would be the villain of the fic, which was Alan, but he wasn't really part of the whole thing.
Kotori features really heavily in your story, right?
Because okay, so see, because I was planning to make this whole Love Life fan fiction series about like 5 books. So basically, I was planning to only concentrate on 4 characters in this whole story, but I put the rest of it in because it's a muse fig after all, right?
So it just crept up on you. You were like, I'm gonna look at these 4 characters. Oh wait, there's 9 of them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's
No, no, no,
18
no, no.
of
I
them.
already know that there were 9 of them, but I chose to concentrate on only 4, and 2 of them are from
Oh,
the
okay.
group. The other 2 is my OCs.
That's fun.
I mean, because I'm planning to write like the last book in this whole series that I'm planning to write. I'm planning to concentrate on the rest of it, which is why it's gonna contain a lot of chapters for that.
Did you find it hard to write OCs, or was it harder to write the Love Live characters?
It was harder to write the Love
you
Live
already know your
characters.
OCs.
Yeah, because like the OCs I created them myself, so I know what qualities to give them, and I know them quite well. But for the Muse girls, I feel that I don't know, but Ellie was the hardest to write for me. Because I know in the anime
Oh, really?
she's really quite stubborn, but I didn't really put that in my fic. I really didn't do that. I mean, it did a few times, but I mean, for me, what I feel, out of all the Muse characters that I write in my fic, I think that I wrote Ellie the most out of character. Although people say it was not, but I feel it was.
I always was under the impression that it would be extremely hard to try to write all 9 girls from any of the series all in one fic at the
Yep.
same time.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Would agree.
It's really, really hard. Why I didn't do it.
It sounds like a miserable time, and I respect you for being able to keep it coherent.
I feel like the most difficult is trying to. I feel like the anime also has this issue is trying to juggle.
Yeah, that's why I was juggling
Oh,
it a
yeah.
lot too.
There's so many memes about
It was
it.
so
Yeah.
hard.
Hmm. It's kind of the problem you get into. Like Review Starlight kind of had this same issue where it was like one girl gets their episode, and then after that episode, they're like basically not in the show anymore
Oh.
to like an unreasonable degree. Like what was
I
the
would
girl
say
with the blue hair's
Review-
name?
Oh,
I don't remember her name.
Futaba.
no.
Yeah. No. She was the girl that I was freaking out about, and I was shipping her with Karen like the whole
Oh,
time.
Mahiro?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahiro. Yeah. She's like has an
Okay,
episode in like
she was an
episode
exception, I feel
4,
like.
and then she's in the show like one time after that at the end, and that's it. And I'm like, oh man.
To be honest, I felt like the way Revu did it was kind of better because I never had the expectation that you would focus on these girls for more than one episode. But definitely, like, it's kind of funny how I just said her name. What the hell? Futaba and whatever the red-haired one was. It's funny how they actually disappear.
Persona?
Like, they actually just like don't exist.
You talking about
No.
Persona 5?
No, I'm talking about Revstar.
What's her name? Futaba?
Oh wait, it's
in
not
Revstar?
Futaba. No,
Yeah.
what the hell? Koriko.
I was gonna say there's a redhead from Persona 5 named Futaba. I
All
think you're
these
getting yourself
Japanese
mixed.
names blend together. It's fine. Hey, did you know Bandori covered all of the good Persona songs?
God
You
damn
should play
it.
Oh,
Bandori.
Lord.
That's a
All
big,
right, I'm
Free
muting
promo.
Dias's audio.
Imagine covering songs because you're not confident with your own songs.
I'm just basically sponsoring them. I'm trying to get them to sponsor us right now. I feel like we still have time for like one more question. Is there anything y'all especially want to talk about with writing? Maybe like some writing advice or some general thoughts on fanfiction.
Yeah, we could maybe do like a maybe like a little Ethanol section, considering he's our first guest or whatever. Maybe have him do a little something.
Yes. Hello, it's me.
What the-
Oh, great Ethanol. Give us your wisdom.
I mean,
For any writers out there, what would be your advice if they're like, if someone's like trying to get into writing fan fiction?
well, the first is you have to understand why you're doing it or why you're here, and that could be any reason, and that.
Do you ever
reason
wonder
could
why we're here, Ethanol?
Nah.
Because y'all like girls kissing,
True.
but but it can
That's-
change to what you want to write. For me, I just exist to spite people. That's my reason.
I feel like a really good like when people like kind of start writing fan fiction, it's really easy to get kind of caught up in like writing for
Yeah,
like you always want to
it's-
you always want to write like you start off writing like, oh yeah, I like girls kissing or whatever, but then you slowly but surely start to develop more ideas and stuff like that as a writer, and it's really easy to become like evolve basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the flip side, it's easy to pigeonhole yourself into a specific thing. Because like, if you try to make something, oh, that's really good, you should make more. It's like, all right, and then you just make another one, and then people just expect you to make the same thing. And then if you try to make something new, they'd go, this isn't the same thing you did. I hate this, and you're like, ah, shit, time
Yeah.
to go back.
I
to...
feel like that's like real end game for a fan fiction. I feel like if you're getting that stuff as a fan fiction writer, you've made it, right? Like I feel like you've peaked a little bit.
if you have people complaining, you've done it. You're there.
Yeah.
It's good to have a brand though to that same degree. Like it's good to have like a character people know you for, not just
Yeah.
by name.
Well,
like
it does. There is sort of a give and take though, isn't there? Because there are people out there, especially like the Love Live Twitter artists, who suffer when they stray from their dedicated audience.
Yeah.
oh god,
Because their
yeah.
audience is like, why is this in my feed? Why are you doing this? I thought you were this ship. The ship wars can get really intense sometimes.
Fun to watch.
Did you just say fun to watch?
It is kind of fun to
I
watch.
love
It's
love
fun
drama.
to watch. Horrible to be involved in.
Yeah,
Lid is like looking at Twitter, eating popcorn.
It's like, yes.
honestly, that's what I do in my
entertain
pastime.
me.
I always wonder, Lid, when
Argue
I
or-
see you on Twitter, I'm always like, I wonder what Lid thinks about all these people bickering about like
Uh.
ships and is NSFW okay or not and all that
I
stuff.
love to read opinions. They're so funny. A lot of them are stupid. That's why I like it.
Yeah, that's my favorite part too, is like just people with super bad takes or something like that, and you watch everybody get mad at them.
Yeah, it's the best.
I don't like want like a mob to get angry at one person though. I always feel really bad. Like there are definitely people who are like you had a bad take and you deserve to be yelled at, but not Twitter yelled at, if that makes sense.
Well, and like getting bullied off of an app because you ship Yohoriko, like really?
Oof.
Like where your
Yeah.
priorities are really skewed if this is what you're doing with your free time. Just go write the ship you want to write instead of bitching at people for liking their other ship.
Honestly.
Simple as that.
I'm not sure if this is a topic we should really be touching on because this is something that we could do like a 200-hour
It
discussion
Yeah,
would
on.
take a
we're
while,
we're at
But
how long are we
how-
at? We're at an hour or two, so yeah, probably not.
But real quick, how do you guys feel about? And this is something we should talk more another time. But the general influence on the fandom on the Love Live franchise. Like, I think people tend to talk about it very negatively, right? But like, the fandom's influence has given us like the Nijisaki anime, right? And definitely it's been like a huge influence on the music and which characters get solos and stuff, right? And I think like to a degree that can be said to be a good thing. Would you agree to that or disagree? Everyone.
I agree. It's a good thing.
I've seen a lot of people getting mad about it though. Like people,
Meh.
well, actually, let me rephrase that. I shouldn't say I've seen a lot of people getting mad about it. There's been a lot of people who say that it's too much,
Too much.
Yeah.
especially with the
I
with the
definitely
solo
think with
voting.
the solo songs.
I hate voting. That's a
Or
problem.
Yeah.
not the solo songs, the pairing songs that we had recently. And the naming of the girls, naming you,
Yeah,
naming
like
the
that's kind
school.
of strange. I see why they want to do it though, because it does encourage fan participation and helps gauge their audience and how many people are interested. It's a good
It
way to
brings
keep
people to their
statistics.
website, which
Yeah.
can be really helpful in a lot of ways.
And if it ends up bad, they've no one to blame but themselves. It's a win-win situation
dude.
for the studio.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Bandori, but this time in an irrelevant fashion. Have you ever heard of Baby Shark in Bandori?
Please, no, I don't want to hear
That's
that
a
ever again.
great example.
The fans
The fans
Bandori
weren't
put
happy,
out a
man.
poll. The fans put out a poll. Hey, what kind of song do you want us to cover? And the fans answered Baby Shark. There was
Wait,
a
what?
hashtag. And
So they
then
did.
Bandori was like, "Hey, we're collaborating with Baby Shark. Their song is in our game now." And the fandom was like, "Why? Why would you do this? We hate you." Bushy Road, Craft Egg, you guys are the worst. You guys suck. And Bushy Road was just like, "Okay."
Watching
I
Twitter
guess.
laugh at them for about a solid week was amazing.
Like the thing is, like, Twitter laughed at them, but you can't blame Bushy Road for listening to the survey results that they put out, can you?
It's true.
But nah, fans will get mad no matter what, dude. You can't stop them.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Fans
Really
don't know
bad.
what they want, really.
I mean,
The
there's
Baby
always...
Shark thing is really funny now because right now we have Nyan Cat.
Oh God,
Oh my god.
you're like living in
But
2012.
Nyan Cat's a good song, so I don't mind it.
What were you gonna say,
Dude,
Ethanol?
I'm living it.
I mean, it's always a thing with polls because someone might just bring it to 4chan and like, yo, you know what to do, and then they do
Oh
it.
God, yeah. Russian bots.
I don't think this was like a botting thing. I think people legitimately put Baby Shark either like because they wanted to hear it or as a joke because they couldn't think of anything else.
Well, then they're idiots.
Yep.
I mean, if Love Live came to you right now, hey, what song do you want us to cover? What would you say? I know Love Live doesn't do covers like Bandori does.
Because they're superior, yes.
If Love Live was like, hey, what kind of collab would you want us to do? What would you say?
I bet there'd be a lot of Bang Dream ones up there.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically already did one, so I don't think that counts.
They did one since when?
They did a live event together.
Oh.
Fuck, dude, they did Powerpuff Girls, so like really anything's
Yeah,
on the
they
table,
did
right?
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. I hope they collab with the JoJo people. That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
Get
Oh.
Minecraft Steve in there.
The next opening will have someone from Love Live
Imagine
singing.
like a Sea Azalea Kiss cross with like a JoJo type thing, and they have those cards in
Oh
School
yeah,
Idol
I
Festival.
forgot that was a thing.
That would be so cool.
Nobody remembers about Sicilia case.
Anything else that you want to say, Ethanol?
I
know
think we've exhausted.
we kind of cut you off with our Twitter ramblings
No,
there.
it's no worries. It's no worries.
Ethanol, do you use Twitter?
I only use it to just look at nice images and I save it and that's it.
Do you see Kirby trending right now?
What?
Wait, what? No way.
I'm opening my
Kirby
Twitter
is
right
trending right now.
Is it another Smash thing?
It's because of football, but then there's a bunch of Kirby pictures because I don't know.
now. Because that's how Twitter works.
The better Kirby.
The better Kirby.
Better Kirby.
I don't really use Twitter for other things other than Love Live artworks. It's
I use Twitter for Kirby,
is important.
ironically. Minecraft Kirby.
Yeehaw.
yeah, it's things like this where I look at Twitter and go, maybe this isn't such a good idea.
It's things like this that make Twitter worth it for me. I love people who meme on Twitter, dude.
I love that Kirby image so much.
Oh man, just gonna scroll past without saying yeehaw.
I'll have to link that Kirby image now too. Actually, let me bookmark that so I don't forget. Yeah, I guess that's it.
I think we've exhausted the topics for now. Maybe not exhausted, but we've
We rattled
said all
off
that
some
we
good
wanted
ones.
to say. Do you guys have any like closing notes?
I guess we'll close with I know it's my idea, so I guess I'll be the one who describes it. We're gonna do a new segment on the podcast, which is I guess fic of the week, month. I don't know how often we're gonna be releasing podcasts, but where we're all gonna get together and do kind of like a cheesy book club type deal where we'll pick a fic, we'll all read it, and then next week in this segment we will have a little chat about it and decide what we like, what we don't like, if it was the worst thing we've ever read in our lives, that type of thing.
And I'll do my best that every week is gonna be mine. And they're gonna enjoy it.
Exactly. You'll just spam our DMs with your fics, and we'll have to pick
Read
them. It'll just say you'll like set up a computer script that'll just every 15 minutes send your fic to all four of us.
Yes.
Also, a good way to get you back on the podcast.
We'll be like, hey, it's his fic. We may as well have him on.
Yeah. Man, that'd be funny having him on talking about his own fic and like what he likes about it and dislikes about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it'd be really funny if y'all
everything.
had some deep insight thing. I'm like, no, I just really like how this worked out. There was no substantial thought. I just wanted it to happen.
That would be funny.
Yes, I like the part where this character was a Jedi.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm hoping that
We
this
go back to the 2008.
I don't regret this idea. We could definitely make some
I'm sure I
cursed
can
stuff.
find one where it's like, oh, Mari's a Jedi or something like that. That's gotta be a thing somewhere.
Hopefully.
There's got to be like a Star Wars Love Live AU circling the internet somewhere.
Or a Star Wars, or like a Kirby Star Wars AU. I love it.
So because it's the first time, we kind of didn't know what the fuck to pick. So the first fic that we're gonna read is called "The Glasses Incident" by Werewolf.
Oh, dude, hell yeah!
Yeah, we sent it in the
I
Discord
already
earlier.
read it.
Yeah, if you've read it
I'll
already,
read
then
it
that
again.
works. But you can
I'll,
read it
no,
again.
I'll
or
read it
whatever.
again
Yeah, as long as
I'll
you
read it out
know the
loud
contents, we can talk about it.
to
So.
all of
Oh,
you.
God.
It's a nice little short fic, so that'll be a good one to start off with. I see Plazor has
Everyone
already
read
calmed this,
this.
so it's gonna be good.
Yeet.
Yeah. So that's about it. Dias just sent the fic about 7 times.
How did we close these out? Did Fallen do something?
Last time I told everybody to fuck off, and you actually fucked off.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet.
so I'm gonna say it. All right. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We'll see you soon.
I thought you were gonna say everyone fuck off.
Me too.
Are we gonna thank Ethanol for being a good guest?
Okay.
Thanks, Ethanol. Now fuck
Thank
off.
you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Clap.
Thanks, guys.
Alright.
Ending podcasts is hard.
Now fuck off.